Watch till the end of the video to see how you can redeem these free study templates that will boost your results from average to excellent. Hello everyone, my name is Faye and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be discussing the study tips and revision techniques that helped me score 12 A's in SPM, and these tips will also help you score your dream results. Feel free to skip to the parts that you're interested in. We will talk about how to make an effective study plan, the best way to study, how to remember everything you study, the right way to do past year papers, what to do after each study session, and how to have higher quality answers in your exam. In my next video, I will be releasing my BM Karangan notes and also explaining what exactly you need to do when SPM is just around the corner. And when you're watching this, SPM is in 2 months. So you definitely want to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you do not miss that very important video. Feel free to check out my channel for more videos on how you can score A+ for BM, mathematics, and many more. Or you can choose to click on the playlist here. Also, over 100 of you downloaded my BM SPM Kertas 2 notes that I talked about in my previous video, so thank you so much for that. First, the secret to any student's success is effective time management. This is exactly how I constructed my study timetable. Let's start with the long-term revision plan. It is basically comprised of 2 steps. Start by writing down every subject and topic that you have. The purpose of this is to monitor your progress throughout the entire exam preparation. Cross out the topics that you have already completed as you go along, and take note of the topics that you have not done or neglected. Also, make sure that you have a section to take note of the topics that you are struggling at. You should revise these topics more than others. Watch till the end of the video to see how you can get this download. The second step is that you have to write down what you want to achieve 2 weeks before the final exam. It could be mastering all your summary questions and so on. Summary questions is actually my secret weapon, which I will explain more about later in the video. Always remember to leave a 2-week gap between your revision plan and your final exam date because you want to leave this time for any last-minute preparations, delays, or if you want to focus on tips. If your exam is in 1 year, you should have already completed half of everything in that checklist by the halfway point, which is the 6th month. Therefore, by having a checklist and writing down everything that you need to accomplish before the final exam date will make sure that you're going at the right pace. On the other hand, having very clear goals and deadlines for each task will make sure that you don't procrastinate. Next, let's construct our short-term plan. Write down what you want to complete this month on a to-do list. Assign a date for each task to be completed on a printed schedule. Do not spend more than 2 consecutive days on a single subject. This is very important and I'll explain why in the next tip. Set a specific color for each subject when planning your monthly schedule. If your schedule is lacking that color, you know that you're neglecting that subject. On the other hand, if you want to focus on a subject, make sure that your schedule has more of that color. In your short-term plan, be as detailed as possible. Write down the pages you have to read, exercises you have to complete, and facts you have to memorize. Comment down below if you want more simple yet effective time management tips. So why exactly do we need to space out our study sessions? This is due to the effectiveness of distributive practice and active recall. Well, if you think about it, during an exam, you're just actively recalling everything that you have learned or memorized and dumping it into the exam paper. This is especially true for subjects like sejarah, moral, and biology. This is why in the previous tip, I mentioned that you have to space out your study sessions for each subject. Constant repetition of information will firmly lodge that information into your long-term memory. Start by having one-day gaps between each study session, then slowly spacing out those study sessions. You can also choose to use flashcards for subjects that require you to memorize facts and definitions, such as physics or biology and moral. Write the word on one side and the definition or explanation on the other. Just spend 5 minutes every day testing yourself using these flashcards. That way, you are actively recalling information every time you study, and it'll come more naturally during the exam. Let's move on. So remember the summary questions that I mentioned in the first tip that I said was my secret weapon? Now I'll explain what they are. Essentially, it is a list of questions that you form yourself when you're studying each page of a chapter. Write down even the simplest of questions, such as what is the definition of force. I actually have a video explaining ask and answer, which is a revision technique that allows you to memorize anything accurately and easily. So feel free to check that video out here. Remember to watch till the end of the video to see how you can receive a download containing all these study templates. You see, if you can think of a question, chances are it might come up for your exam. Rereading an entire chapter also wastes a lot of time, so what you do is that you test yourself using these summary questions before each study session. Then you only need to reread parts of the chapter containing questions that you struggle at. Now, let's talk about the right way to do past year papers. How do you benefit from all that practice, right? Fold all the pages containing corrections. Use a highlighter to take note of the mistakes. Next, write down the correction in a different colored pen. Then, get a notebook and write down every single correction by topic. This book will serve as your Bible until exam day. It is what you have to read during the 2 weeks before your final exam and what you read on exam day itself. Here, you will also write down the common questions that come out and the answer obtained from the marking scheme. By writing down common questions and the answers from marking scheme, if the same questions come out for your exam, you can secure those marks. If the question is too long or unique, meaning that there are low chances of it coming out again, put a tag on top of the page. You should revisit these pages right before the exam. Next, notes aren't necessary. However, it is very important that you write it down. I know it may seem like to be a high-achieving student, you need to write notes, but that is not the case. However, it is very important that you write down everything that you have learned after your study session. This is because there's a direct connection between your hand and your brain. Hence, the action of writing down everything you can remember helps cement that information into your long-term memory. After each study session, take a plain piece of paper and scribble down everything you can remember. It doesn't matter if your handwriting is ugly, just blurt out everything that you can remember. Also, use this opportunity to check if you have forgotten anything important. If you did, remember to reread that information again and master it before ending that study session. The next tip is to be your own teacher, meaning teach the material that you're studying to yourself or a group of friends. This will help you in 2 ways. First, you'll be able to give out higher quality answers because you've practiced explaining it to your friends. You can now read out unimportant information and prevent your answers from being too long-winded. This teaching method is especially helpful for subjects like BM Karangan and Sejarah. Second, by teaching someone or yourself, you can determine what you're weak at. If you stutter or struggle to explain something, chances are you have not fully understood the concept. This is especially helpful for the maths and science subjects. I actually gave free Sejarah lessons to my friends in secondary school. So we've come to the end of the video. To get the study templates, Subscribe to my channel, then comment down below the SPM results you want to achieve. Then follow me on Instagram and message me fayefilms study template. Don't worry, the PDF will explain how to use each template in detail. In this PDF that will boost your results, you will be receiving 2 revision checklists to make sure that you have studied and revised each topic of a subject. Everything in this PDF has 2 aesthetics which you can choose from. 2 to-do lists that help you stay organized and prevents you from procrastinating. 2 summary questions templates, which I have said time and time again are the secret to memorizing anything easily and accurately. You can check that video out on my channel. 2 undated calendars that are fully customizable and have a place for you to note down what colors you use for each subject. And my personal favorite, the task list. These help you monitor your progress with each subject in detail. I also included a space where you can jot down your level of understanding for each topic. These templates will be available from now till the 31st of January 2021, as your SPM is in January. Thank you for 700 subscribers. We are growing at such a fast rate. I am so grateful, and I will see you in my next video. It is about all your last-minute study and revision tips that will help you since SPM is just around the corner. Thank you and bye-bye.